At least we got this.
Oh my!
Looks like a fucking vein, bro. Who
It
did
really-
this?
that is so
Dude, why is
He
it
was
veiny?
trolling.
Somebody said this to me. Someone's like, Ryan, there's something in your something in your PO box. You're really gonna like it. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, I'm like getting excited. I'm thinking it's something I'm gonna enjoy.
Pokemon
I think it's gonna be Pokemon cards. I don't know. I fucking drive my ass to my PO box. Like, what the fuck is this? It's this piece of shit. Foreskin looking shit.
Nerderotic.com.
You want to get Supergirl out of the way as people are rolling in? Let's get
Might as
Supergirl
well.
out of the way.
Out of
God.
the way.
Out of the way.
I am hugely impactful movie. What are you talking about? This is important, Gary. Supergirl. What was supposed to be, according to some people who have been covering movies on YouTube for a very long time, after the massive success of Superman, they could have seen this movie doing $500, $600, $700 million, maybe even $1 billion. You never know. Like, how are we just going to brush this one like out of the way so early?
Well, they
I heard
would like
$2
to
billion
brush
was
off.
in play.
That was for the that was Mandalorian.
Play.
Yeah.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, that's a legitimate prediction for that movie. I mean, that would have been a little crazy for Supergirl, you know?
I
That would
just
be an
wrote
interesting
wanted,
thing,
like,
though. Can James Gunn's DCU hit $2 billion before he gets fired? Just in total.
Just in total. Gross.
What a disaster.
No, Supergirl did not hit 100 million last weekend. What's up?
Can I confess? I actually watched Supergirl. Weirdly, I was a bit too busy doing literally anything else, like the rest of the world.
This is a cultural touchstone.
Yeah.
You were counting illegal immigrants coming into the UK. That's what you're doing.
Oh no, I was counting the legal ones. It's way worse than that.
But in regards to like the those Hollywood works of art, which are just pure feminist, power fantasy slop, Supergirl.
You mean the Odyssey?
Well, we'll see about the Odyssey.
We'll
but
get to that.
Supergirl is definitely amongst the pantheon of feminist achievements right there.
Be good. You don't have to be nice or
Failures.
kind or anything, but be good-ish.
And messy. And kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just murder them because you're the hero.
that'd be a miss.
I saw people talking like this on Twitter about some girl had posted a GIF right in response to someone saying the Odyssey is going to be woke shit, and it's this GIF of a woman shooting a guy in the head, right?
Yeah,
And then some guy,
Yes.
right. And,
Penguin.
but some guy like responded to this being like, see, they just want violence. And it's like, bro, look at her profile picture. It's some fucking 20-year-old girl to whom violence is something so remote that she has no personal experience of it. She's just frustrated because it's shit, and she knows it's shit. Everyone knows it's shit. Don't take
for
them
the record.
seriously. For fuck's sake, don't take these people seriously.
One of the people that were saying that was that Evan Loves Trans or whatever that account.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Whatever his name is. It's what is it? It's the Evan account.
Loves
He goes
Trans,
viral
something like
all the
that.
fucking time and he never gains followers.
Odds.
The least
Yeah.
botted man in history. Yes.
Yeah. Whatever his name is.
Yeah. I know Evan.
But I call him Evan Loves Trans, so I don't know.
I mean,
that's accurate. Yeah, he'd stand by that.
Well, there is a connection, I believe, within the Access media, particularly with Supergirl and the Odyssey, and one reaction that's leading to another from them, because the Chuds had an undeniable win with Supergirl because Warner Brothers released it. I mean, and we just watched it and react to it. But now they're trying really hard with the Odyssey so they can fight against that narrative.
Didn't they make a film that they didn't release in the end, like Batgirl or something?
Batgirl.
Yep.
shelved
It was
it.
just like a tax write-off because it was obviously so fucking atrocious.
Coincidentally, the script for Batgirl was punched up at the end because the main screenwriter was gone by the same writer of Supergirl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And she's also writing Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Well, and the person... Did the person who wrote that original script, isn't that the person who wrote The Flash and who wrote Harley Quinn Birds of Prey and who is now writing Batman?
Christina Hodgson. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct. These fucking women at DC and Warner Brothers, they keep putting out shit. They keep getting jobs. Like, I get it. Female
Putting out-
privilege. We understand how this works, but come the fuck on, James.
I know.
Gunn. We get it. Your wife's fucking everybody else, so you keep hiring people that you could fuck. Okay, but maybe just think about your job security. That's all we're saying, James Gunn.
Well, like we've seen this before. We've seen people fail upwards in Hollywood, but surely there must come a time. Surely, like there's so much failure that someone is going to look at them and say, maybe we shouldn't hire them again because you just wrote a giant piece of crap.
Chad,
Like, how?
people in the chat, the fine people in the chat, everybody here has been asking that question for 10 years now. 10 years.
Surely it's next year.
Yeah. Basically, as all of us like continue to gain subscribers on YouTube, we've been asking that question: how do we keep failing upwards? So
Exactly.
That's a great point, though. Literally, we said this in 2016. It's now 2026, and the same thing's still happening. How is this possible?
I mean, Supergirl is a fantastic example. You bring a writer in who has absolutely no experience doing anything else that's real at this caliber for this amount of money. And then we find out at the very end, the entire production was hijacked by James Gunn before it shipped. So it didn't matter who the writer was or who's actually in the hot seat in like creating these things at the foundational level, because they're just being hijacked by whoever is in control at the top before it goes to public. I mean, this is a massive indictment on the entire Hollywood system with Supergirl.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, that's like every other piece of shit that they make is a massive indictment. So, like, I'm not sure that any more massive indictments are going to make a difference. How can they afford it? Where does the money come from? Like if I took like how many millions is this going to lose, lads? Like how many hundreds of millions is this going to lose?
About 200
I could
300 maybe.
I couldn't afford to lose like 100,000 in my business, right? So if I lost 100 million, I'm sure there would be people be like, okay, where is that money gone from, and what are we going to do about it? But nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Warner Brothers is 38 billion in debt, and so losing another 200 million on a movie is like pocket change to them. They just keep leveraging more and more against their assets until eventually, like, we'll just sell to someone else. And so everybody else at the top of the company makes millions. The CEO came out like an absolute bandit for selling this debt-ridden company that doesn't make money. And
to another debt-ridden company in Paramount that has what, 11 to 15 billion dollars in debt, and also had to take on debt in order to secure the loan to buy this thing.
Oh, and Disney operates in debt. It's to the tune of $40 billion
for these businesses. Some debt, but not 40 billion.
But like the difference is with this, when's the last DC movie that made significant money? That's a bigger discussion, whereas like the MCU, the MCU made a fuck ton of money before, after Endgame, and then they lost a lot. But like DC has consistently lost money for several years now.
Yeah,
they might have
Batman is
the Batman might have made a little bit, but it didn't make much.
Yeah,
didn't make much.
When was the last
the
time
Joker
a DC movie
was their last
like
big
a massive?
But that didn't make money for Warner Brothers because they only had the 25% stake in the production of it, so they only got 25% of the profit.
Last one
because they were fucking idiots.
Would be Aquaman.
Wonder Woman and Aquaman obviously made a fuck ton of money. Like BVS, probably a little bit of money, but not a huge money maker, even though it had 900 million box office because of how expensive it was. But yeah,
Aquaman,
I mean, the Batman
433.
The Batman is their only profitable movie since 2019.
Since COVID.
God dang.
It's freaking COVID.
How do you fumble that much?
That's not even good.
And that's the thing why we shouldn't not talk about Supergirl, because as Ryan just brought up, they had a string of 6 flops in a row, maybe 7. I think it's 6. That they were just kind of lame duck movies that they were releasing, waiting for James Gunn to come and save everything. And in his second movie, Supergirl is not going to surpass those lame duck movies. It's not going to even get close to Aquaman 2, and it's not going to beat Blue Beetle. It's not going to beat Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
But it's Sword.
Sword. S-O-R-E.
At this point, they would have lost less money if they stuck with the Snyderverse and just kept pumping out crap.
Yes.
Probably still would have lost money, but not as much. This is a disaster.
Well, you can take the people out of the company, but the company's still the company. Warner Brothers is still Warner Brothers. And we're going to get to the announcements after this that are meant to obfuscate this failure, which are not helping. But no, Supergirl did not hit 1 million last weekend. DC box office disaster gets worse as actual numbers reveal 77% collapse, which is really bad for a movie that comes out soft, because usually soft box opening box offices lead to like 50 or 60% second weekend because it was so low in the first place. But the
Solo
bottom
lost money, by the way.
Solo lost money. So did Mandalorian and Grogu, but it made more money than Supergirl. It did.
That's a fucking low bar, though.
The final weekend box office
Batgirl made more money than Supergirl.
Well, we're already into the next weekend at this point. Let's get to the numbers, because God, Obsession almost beat it on the daily box office. I saw that.
So
Obsession's great too, by the way.
Obsession's fantastic. Go watch that movie.
Did it hit like 400 million at the
Yes.
worldwide box office?
Yes.
Incredible.
Backroom's also really interesting. I like that movie a lot.
Get to the daily numbers.
Oh, let's see here.
Per theater average. Scroll down to the latest date. $240 per theater.
Jeez.
I don't know how this. I don't know how it makes it to VOD. I don't know how.
That is amazing. Actually,
But you're going to see a big drop in theaters this week. Like I would have to imagine it's going to start happening this weekend, that you're not going to see 3,600 theaters. At the very least, when Odyssey comes out, it's going to be like 2,000 theaters or something.
Yeah.
Because
If it drops to 2,600, then Obsession will beat it, because they're already beating up per theater. So anywhere close, they'll win.
Yeah, because like the theaters are only going to keep this on their screens as long as they're contractually obligated to. Whatever that agreement they have with Warner Brothers, we have these things for everybody has their different things. And at a certain point in time, whether it's 2 weeks after release, whatever it might be, depending on the company, then the theaters are free to like kind of make some decisions by themselves. And a lot of theaters are not going to be pushing Supergirl on their screens the way they were before.
No, especially with this kind of drop. So they just announced a couple of days ago, as a lot of people predicted, that it's going to be on VOD when Spider-Man comes out, like 2 days after Spider-Man comes out. I'm sure the narrative will be that James Gunn wants everybody to see this before Lanterns, and it will make $300 million on VOD, just like Superman totally did. That's not a lie at all.
Just as a contrast to what we were talking about earlier here, the actual numbers for Obsession here is it is in its 56th day,
And it's on VOD.
Look at this.
And it beat it as well in the total. The other one was
This has got to be
866.
one of the most impressive box office runs ever.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's getting there.
What was it made for, like $1 million?
I think it was less
750.
Yeah, it was like
750. Wow.
So it's getting a Blair Witch
That's
territory.
amazing.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
This has everyone's now speculating about James Gunn's future, which they shouldn't, because he's fucking done. So last night, for a watch party for my members, I watched Ghostbusters 2016 for the first time. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
Dude, I was not
The all
ready for
female
that.
one, right?
Yeah, the all
That's the
female
all-female
one. I was
you
not.
didn't watch it.
Station
You didn't
Zero.
watch it back in the day.
I wasn't doing videos at the time, so it just kind of got by me. I know it was kind of controversial.
Wow, you weren't part of the normie crowd who flocked to see it. Weird.
What really hit home is what Carl was just talking about, is how little has changed. Like, what went into that movie? What was the motivation behind it? It was just pure feminism and just member berries and key jangling, and none of it made sense, and none of the women were funny at all. I mean, that's the least surprising part, was none of the women were funny.
Relatable.
I didn't laugh once, and I watched the extended cut, which is almost 2 hours. It was fucking brutal. But they're just like, Supergirl's the same shit. It's the same thing. They have learned absolutely fucking nothing in 10 years. It's got its 10-year anniversary next week.
Yeah, but they've kind of done that to
Ground Zero
themselves.
for that.
So the budgets have increased to such a point where they can't take risks. And so the only way you're going to find something new is if you do something entirely different than everything you've done before. All they do now is they take what someone else did and then iterate it on a little bit. So why Obsession works, because yeah, it is actually an old thing that they've gone back to, but they use so little money, they could do something entirely different that people, like, it now becomes fresh all over again. Warner Brothers can't do that. Imagine going to Warner Brothers and saying, I want to try something really out there and spend $250 million. They would laugh out the thing. Even the Odyssey had to be Nolan specifically, because he's like, look, you need my reputation to get this done. No one else would, like Warner Brothers would have tried that kind of thing.
They used
Yeah,
to
but what I
have
want to
these
know is what's the
side-
conversation then? Hang on. I don't know. We're not going to do that. That might lose money. What? Well, all you do is lose money.
That's everything you do. They
It's all they
used to
know,
have
because
side
everyone in the
production
company-
houses that would do these smaller production movies. They don't cost a whole lot. They're given to a director over here or created over there. They used to do that all the time. They used to be like the majority of movies that came out. And sure, you get some shitty ones, but then every once in a while you get an awesome movie. What?
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. Like, just do that again.
They can't, though. They can't take risks.
They're just locked.
Well, they can't take risks.
That's how you find the next genre. Like, can you imagine someone going, I want to make a Western? Like, are you insane? Westerns don't make money anymore. This happened in gaming. One of the reasons you don't have RTSs is because games cost so much money to make. The industry just decided that RTSs don't make money anymore, so they don't make them.
Well, they can't take risks. They can't take risks with comedy. That was evident in Ghostbusters 2016 when they didn't even bother trying. And it's very like uber leftist progressive. Like, I unironically listen to NPR every day kind of comedy, and like safe comedy. It was so fucking soulless and horrible, and it is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And I thought it was just gonna be bad, but man, I've seen so much bad since then. It's like, no, this one's still the queen. This one's still the queen. So with Supergirl, they're doing the good old, let's distract everybody from the failures. And Ryan, you mentioned this morning. Let's distract everybody from the failures and make a bunch of announcements, to make it look like our DCU is doing great.
It was crazy. It had all the energy of, do you remember right after Wonder Woman 1984, and it was just getting eviscerated. Everybody was roasting it. And what did DC and Warner Brothers do? Hey guys, Wonder Woman 3 is in the works. Like, in a desperate effort to pretend like, oh, everything's actually okay. What did we see? Like, in the days after Supergirl. Oh, by the way, there's a Mr. Terrific show in production. By the way, Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd, the kooky TV show, we're casting for that too. Oh, and by the way, Deathstroke vs. Bane, that's a very important movie for us going forward. Oh, and by the way, Batman might be cast, guys, but he might not be. They flooded the fucking internet with everything DC related to stop people talking about Supergirl.
And I promise you, this comes from DC. All of that comes from DC Studios. We'll get to that part later. But yeah, every upcoming DC movie and TV show, from Lanterns to Man of Lanterns, comes out next month.
Nobody's talking about it.
It looks boring as hell.
It does.
And the people that are talking about it aren't talking positively.
No.
Yeah.
Except for the shills.
So do we have a list? I mean, we just kind of named it off, but I want to get to Lanterns because there's a rumor going around, and it could be complete bullshit, but I also kind of believe it, that Lanterns is, of course, a true ripoff of True Detective. It's going to take place in two timelines, so 2016, 2026, and Hal Jordan dies in the first episode.
Oh, fuck.
Is this for real?
No.
I saw this leak earlier today.
It's believable.
I heard that on
I can believe it, but I do not know if it's for real at all. Like, it could be complete bullshit.
No way.
I absolutely could believe that.
Oh,
yeah.
He's not.
It just gets worse.
He's not going to be a Man of Tomorrow, so he's dying at some point, or something is happening to him.
I can see how it could be both, right? So if it's going to take place in two different timeline or two different time points, right? He dies in the first episode, then you go back in time, and then you see him in other points, and whatever. So they could be.
I hate that.
Yeah.
So for Sargon, this is not the first Green Lantern, but the most well-known white Green Lantern is killed for, admittedly in the comic books, a very popular black Green Lantern. Okay. But they're going to take the one that you should be making a movie off first and just killing him because he's the white guy.
Yeah, it's because he's the white guy.
Yeah,
so that's all it boils down to. I did a video on my channel recently about this called "Why They Race Swap," and I have read a lot of leftist theory in my career as a YouTuber,
a little bit,
who's against the left, and I've come to the conclusion that the entire purpose of all of this is literally to dethrone the straight white man as the protagonist of Western civilization. There seems to be literally no other purpose behind it other than to steal the mythology of the West from white men in order to give it to, of course, non-white people and women. And so every time they do this, as soon as you start thinking of it in those terms, you realize, oh yeah, I mean, of course, they're just fucking evil and they just hate us.
Yeah, I think that adds up.
Well, I mean, just look at everything they've made.
Yeah.
Look at the motivation behind it.
Exactly. Like that actually answers their actions going back again up to 10 years and more, where the casting, the intention behind the stories and everything. If you just say, all right, is this meant to reduce straight white men in any way and reduce, all the things that we want to, push for as in terms of families and traditional values and stuff like that, it comes down to, I can really define it as simply that.
Well,
that's why you remove Greeks from a Greek story.
Well, it's the best part about it. And we'll get to that, is if you argue against it, you're a racist. They have a built-in defense for it. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, we're not doing this. You're a racist. And then they just continue to do it.
And then they just do it. And then they brag about doing it.
And they brag about it. This I think this is great right here, by the way.
But just
Regular Dudes, the movie, by the way.
Costume designers are cloning it in.
That's actually really important, right? Because what they're saying when they say, oh, you're a racist for objecting, is you're not allowed to argue your own case. And it's like, sorry, in what fucking world am I not allowed to argue my own case as a straight white man? But that is wild, isn't it? The fucking arrogance of saying, yeah, we're going to do something, but you're not allowed to object because we don't like you. It's like, no, I am allowed to object. And actually, the words you use to characterize me really don't prevent that. I don't care if you call me a racist. I'm still going to argue for my own side in this argument. You fucking shits.
Yeah. And it worked for a long time. For many, many years, it worked. It kept a lot of people quiet, and now it just doesn't work as much. And that's why, they melted down, they being the Access Media and the other side of the movie sphere have been fucking losing it over Supergirl. Just absolutely losing it.
Well, I think at this point, the only people it works against are leftists. It doesn't work against people that are in the middle or to the right anymore.
I'm not sure it ever worked, though, because when their movies were still making money, they were riding high off the glories of the past. But the moment people decided, no, this is crap, and everything that comes out of this will always be crap, people stopped going, and every movie stopped losing box office. Even left-wing people don't go and watch these movies, because it does seem to be, there has to be something that reflects reality for you to get immersed in the story in the first place. And even if you agree with the ideology of it, you don't seem to actually be satisfied by the story. It's like Supergirl. There's nothing heroic about it, and even the women it's trying to preach to, that you can just be messy and disgusting, don't go and watch it because they don't want to be messy and disgusting. I think this is a problem you're going to have with many things, because it was after Project Hail Mary, you saw articles about Hope Corps is the future of Hollywood, and then immediately Hollywood went straight back to, we're just going to be depressing and miserable and messy and disgusting, and heroism is evil. And so I'm not sure, even if you want to dethrone like the Western idea of heroism, I don't think it works. You can try it all you want. You will keep failing.
It doesn't work. What I meant by work is it worked in the press. So it was the press, it shut people down. That absolutely worked for a long time. And we had to kind of dig our way out of that for a while. And now it doesn't work at all. But the press and the Access Media had a lot of power 10 years ago. Disprove that fun over the that studios, came from not the customers, over the studios.
That came from people essentially exploiting the morals of their betters, though. It was literally, I know you're a good person, so I know you will respond to this term and this slur and try and defend yourself. Whereas people just stop defending themselves and saying it. You see it a lot now where they're going, oh, well, things can be interpreted this way and reinterpreted this way. And as long as you just don't care, it's like, look, I'm telling you what I think. This isn't a negotiation. You either make me a movie that I like or you don't get my money. It's that simple. Everything immediately failed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right.
Well, Carl was there in the early days, when somebody be called a racist, they, well, what? I'm not a racist. They immediately have to defend yourselves, and that puts you on, uneven footing, and that's the whole point of it.
Well, suddenly the conversation has been completely inverted, because you were saying, hey, this movie looks shit, so they have to defend their movie, and then they say, oh no, you're a racist. Now you have to defend yourself. So now the movie isn't even what's in question anymore.
Yeah, and you could, and back in the day, it used to be, well, no, I'm not. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this, and it's never going to be enough, because no, it's actually what's in your head and these preconceived notions, all this bullshit. At this point,
I think society.
Yeah, I think all of us have just adopted. Hey, look, I wouldn't call it racist. I'd call it a realist. I think that's what.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.